Good morning, peoples. I wanted to knock this out pretty quick, and I don't have it organized with my last September when they actually were Ymax, Ymag, and Ulti. So this is the beginning of where they're doing the A week um, or the A distribution cycle. So just to reiterate for those of you that, because it still can be confusing to some of you guys, it even is to me unless I pay attention to it. So with Ymax, right, the big thing was Ymax and Ymag are now going to pay weekly. Well, they are, but they're doing it in a way that they're getting it from the monthly payers, and that's why they took the monthly payers and created Group A, Group B, Group C, and Group D. And with YMAG, since they had 7 funds only, whereas YMAX had all single stocks, right, including the Magnificent Seven. So with YMAG, there's 21221, right? So one, 3 of them have 2 of the 7 YMAX funds, YMAG funds, and one of the weekly groups, I think it's C, only has 1. I mean, I could pull that up, but I just wanted to rush this out and get you guys something. I'll pull it back into my spreadsheets and I'll do analysis. I'll talk about historicals, averages, all that kind of stuff, but I wasn't prepared for that just now. But let me start with YMAX. So what they're doing is they're paying A, B, C, D weeks. And then you have to say, oh, well, if all weeks were the same, then we're going to have, you know, 82 cents, right? 2076 times 4 on the weeklies. Well, because you only get 4 in a month, but you could annualize it and you would get a bigger number, right? Because you would have 52 payments. So it all depends on how you want to look at that, right? Because you always have 4.3 in these periods of time. I think there's 4 weeks and 3 days in the average month. So that's why it's more than just 4 weeks. Otherwise, it would be 4 times 12 is 48, but it's really 52 weeks in a year. All right, so YMAG is paying 1644. So that's not particularly 44%. That's closer to average. Okay, this one is high. This is a nice payout, 20 cents on YMAX. So of the payers in the A group, then if you own this stock, this is when you get your monthly. You notice how they determine these as weekly, and these, nothing changes with all the individual single stock. They're just in an A, B, C, D. So you wait longer to get your payments in some of these, right? The second week, the third week, the fourth week. Okay, so 109 for TSLY, 100%. So nice, nice, nice. Crash, 98, still doing well. There's not a big difference in those funds, right? I mean, you're going to get a little bit more, but they're pretty close. This one is lower price than Crush, I believe. All right, so GUI, about normal for GUI. Again, these are every 4 weeks, so they're paying their monthly amount. Almost 80 cents for YBET. That's a nice payout, but it's been performing decently. BTC. ORC, that's a pretty good payment for ORC. 51%, it's really good. Zomo, it's a little on the low side. Snowflake, okay, snowy, as people refer to it, 51. I mean, it's been as high as $1. So that's not particularly outstanding for that. And TSMY, that's a little puny for that. So I'm going to knock out these so we can get done. So for the schedule for next week, we have YMAX, YMAG, or sorry, okay. Every week we get a distribution from Ymax and Ymag. That's why they're calling them weekly. But what are they made up of? They're made up of the A group, the B group, the C group, and the D group. This was the A distribution, right? So your two funds on the Mag 7, well, that's interesting. On the Mag 7, I don't know if Google is one of the Mag 7 right now. I went brain dead on that. I think it is. Clearly, NVIDIA is, Microsoft, there's several in there, but I honestly can't think if there's two in this group or not. There probably is, and it's probably Google and TSLY. No doubt that it's TSLY. Okay. So what is coming next week? Well, again, these two, they pay every week. So now you have NVIDIA. You have the inverse of NVIDIA, which is DIPS. And you have Facebook. That's another one of the Mag 7. So there's two right there. There's your two Mag 7s. Okay. You have GDXY, the gold fund, which I love gold stocks. I just don't particularly care for GDXY and the way that Yieldmax manages it. It's very puny distribution. It just not handled very well. Thanks, but no thanks. I'll play my own stocks. And I expect GDX over the next 8 years to be up 400%, something like that. If you look at it as a $40, or sorry, if you look at the underlying GDX, it's probably $160 in 8 years. So that's about a 50% average annual increase. But these guys have been pretty pathetic with an income distribution basis. It's not particularly well. You could do better just by writing call options. And there's certainly some stocks you want to be in. They all have their cycles within GDX. All right, so let's take a look. Oh, and Babo, the Chinese stock, JP Morgan, the banker, and Murni Biotech. All right, let me see if I can find the C and D list for you guys. I have them. It's just a question of if I can see them. I will pop them up and remind you guys what are in C and D here. Let me go over here and then I'll wrap this up for you guys. Yeah, here we go. Here they are, peoples. So here's where we paid today. This is Group B a week from today. And then Group C is Coney, the inverse of Coney Fiat, Microsoft, AMD, Netflix, Airbnb, I believe, and PayPal. And then in D, we have Misty, and we have Q, the inverse on the Qs. You have AMZ, and you have Apply, AI, Disso for Disney, and Squee, the payment system. So that looks to be a pretty good group there in that D group. If I had to rank, well, there's everybody's got a few key holders in there. So Amazon and Apple, these are two stocks. So I'm guessing that Microsoft is the only one here. So I think it's 2, 2, 1, 2 for your Mag 7 groups. All right, guys, that's what I got for you. I'll have it better organized. I'll calculate it up in a spreadsheet for you by next week. All right, this is Bruce with Targeted Wealth Creation. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Have a great day ahead. Bye for now.